All right, it's time to talk about the Bucks. Now the Bucks coming off a L to the Boston Celtics. A game they should have won. A game they should have won. For some reason, sorry. For some reason, I thought I didn't press record. I had to check back and make sure I pressed record. I'm sorry, but anyway, back to the Bucks. That game they should have won on Friday against the Boston Celtics. I don't know why they lost, but they traveled down to Boston to play the. I said travel down to Boston. Travel down to the Brooklyn Nets and play the Brooklyn Nets, who are this season before this game was 10-13. So they're being in the East, they're right in it somehow. But reading the recap from this game, and the title says the Bucks snap a two-game skid with a 118-113 victory over the Brooklyn Nets. For some reason, I was thinking Las Vegas Nets. There's no such thing. There's a freaking ad for Las Vegas. Uh, in New York, Giannis Antetokounmpo had 34 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists. And the Milwaukee Bucks snapped a two-game skid with a 118-113 win over the Brooklyn Nets on Sunday afternoon. Dame Lillard, lame time, did not have a great game. He had 15 points and 11 assists. And Bobby Portis added 23 points and 5 rebounds off the bench. The Bucks won the 10th time in 13 games. But here's what made me kind of irritated. Dennis Shooter had 34 points and 10 assists. He just got anything he wanted. Just shot anything he wanted. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I don't like it. Cam Johnson scored 26 points, and Nick Claxton added 21 points and 9 rebounds. And he had some crucial blocks. As the Nets lose for the fourth time in 5 games, falling to 4-13 against Eastern Conference foes. Not too long ago, almost 2 weeks ago, I got to see the Brooklyn Nets in person. Some of you guys might have seen that short. And yes, Ben Simmons, aka Ben Simmons, did play that game. And actually, the Nets won that game. Because I think the Suns look very tired because they were beat down by the Lakers the night before. Takeaways from this game, they say Milwaukee's Damian Lillard's streak of 6 straight 25-point game ended. Giannis has the NBA's best 14th game with at least 30 points. Shooter had led Brooklyn in scoring for the first time this season, surpassing 30 points for the third time. He's averaging 31.5 points in 2 games against Milwaukee this season, and that's 493 points in 31 career games against the Bucks. Now, the Bucks also had to come back in this game. I think it was down by 10 going into the fourth quarter. And Bucks just came roaring back. They say Brooklyn led 108-104 after Shooter's jumper with 3:08 left, but Milwaukee scored 15 straight points, or scored in 15 of their game's final 20 points, I should say. And Chris Middleton played in this game. They said this is his third game? No, it isn't. This ain't his third game. This is his second game. Did he play against Atlanta? Let's see here. This is his second game back. I don't know why something is going on with ESPN. Whoever is writing articles or editing the tickers and all that stuff that's passing by and all this other stuff they got on ESPN, the scoreboards and all that, the scoreboard display. Somebody needs to be fired because I think it was last week they said the Houston Texans lost 6 games when they only lost 5. And then my dad thought the Bucks got ran off the court by the Detroit Pistons last week, and he thought the Bucks lost by 20 points. No, I said the Bucks won by 20 points. No, Chris Middleton, this is only playing in his second game of the season. His first game was against Boston. I know he didn't play against Atlanta, but anyways, he said playing his second game this season while recovering from bilateral ankle surgery. Scored 7 points in the fourth quarter. Portis put up put Milwaukee ahead for a good 109-108 with a three-pointer with 2:08 left. Um, so there's that. They said Brooklyn snapped Milwaukee's 15-game streak of holding opponents to below 50% shooting. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. That means they held Boston below 50% shooting, huh? Um, the reason why I say Dame had a terrible game, he was 2 from 7 from the field. And from what I saw, it looked like Giannis. I don't know why Giannis did this. If the game on Friday wasn't a lesson, then I don't know what it is. Giannis try to keep giving the ball to Dame late in the game. He's not shooting well, and this started on Friday night. And Phoenix is about to lose. Suns about to lose another game. Looking at this ticker, but I don't know why they keep giving the ball. No, you gotta give the ball to the people who's hitting shots. That means if you have to give the ball to either Bobby Portis, Chris Middleton, or Gary Trent Jr., or even AJ Green, you must give up the ball to them because they're the ones knocking down shots. When Damian hitting shots like that, no, don't pass them the ball. But like I said, he did have an 11 assists. That's why I want Dame to do more than anything now. Score when need to, but facilitate the ball more. That's the job of a point guard. Instead of taking stupid ass threes and shots that they don't need. Torian Prince got the start instead of Chris Middleton because Chris Middleton only played 20 minutes. Torian Prince did nothing but run around out there. Like I said, Giannis scored 34 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists with 3 turnovers. He had 6 for 10 from the line, but 14 from 22. Brook Lopez, 3 points. He didn't have no blocks. But what he does not show up on stat sheet, causing turnovers and causing shots to be adjusted. And I already talked about Dame. Dame did have 6 turnovers. Andre Jackson Jr. scored 6 points and played some pretty well defense. And like I said, we talked about Bobby Portis scoring 23. Chris Middleton scored 11. And also who has been playing better lately, as of late I should say, has been Gary Trent Jr. 20 points with 6 for 10 shooting. 3 from 7 from the three-point line. That's when they need to play the most. As for Brooklyn, we already talked about Brooklyn. Cameron Johnson scored 26. Schroeder with 34. Claxton with 23. And that was pretty much the scoring for that team. And Ben Simmons not even starting. He coming off the bench. 18 minutes. Running around out there. 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and 2 fouls. He on the bench. These teams play against each other on the 26th. As we all know, the Bucks did not get a Christmas Day game. I think they got kicked out of the Christmas Day game, the Christmas Day parade of games by OKC because OKC is playing on Christmas Day. I don't think OKC is playing on Christmas. Somebody else is playing on Christmas. I'm like, how are they playing on Christmas? But I think the Bucks and OKC are not playing on Christmas, which is weird. But anyways, yeah, they play each other on the 26th again in Milwaukee. And then they play against each other a couple of days later, the second day of the new year in Milwaukee again. So we'll just see what happens. But anyways, Bucks get the win and go 12-11 on the season. JJ Redick better win tonight, or we shall see what happens in the morning. If they don't win, you know what's going to happen. If they lose to the Trailblazers, Lakers. You know what time it is.